Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. We're coming up to the luckiest 2 weeks of my life, and for a number of anniversaries. And I call it my Million-Mile Miracle Anniversary, and I'll explain why in a second. So first up on the anniversary list is June 8th of 2011, when I became a 100,000-aire for the first time in my life. Obviously, at the time, the metals market went into a bubble. I lost the status for a year, but I regained it after some time as well. But it was the first time I officially became a 100,000-aire, and really exciting times in my life for me. I was regularly going to a coin show, and a lot of people were excited. At the time, I wasn't nearly as excited as my peers because I was still attempting to buy. But what I did was, because gold and silver prices were so elevated, a lot of the formerly rare coins were only going for gold and silver prices. So I sold some of my more common coins and bought some of the rarer coins, and so I was able to upgrade my coin collection quite a bit and still keep as much precious metals as I had, and upgrade of the rarity and the condition of some of the coins that I had. So that was really nice. And then obviously precious metals corrected. I lost a lot of my friends at the coin show. A lot of people were discouraged, and you know, the quickest way to get hurt on a roller coaster ride is to jump off, right? Unfortunately, most of my peers at the coin show jumped off, and that's kind of sad in its own right because I made a lot of friends there. On June 11th of 2011, 3 days later that same year, I was at a conference in Boston, Massachusetts, when for the first time in my life, a girl starts the first conversation with me. And so it gave me a huge boost of confidence. You got to remember, just 1 year earlier, I had just gotten out of a toxic relationship. Actually, that's the next anniversary I'm going to bring up. June 13th of 2010, I had just gotten out of a toxic relationship only a week, 2 weeks earlier. And there was a coin show that I wanted to go to. I didn't have a girl to take to the coin show with me, but I ended up going anyway, and I had the best time of my life. And so that was good. June 16th of 2005, I had attended the graduation party of a friend of mine, and I had a lot of social anxiety at the time. I was 18 years old, and that was a huge, when I got to the party, all I wanted to talk about was how I had quit drinking soda the previous year. In retrospect, it wasn't that big of a deal that I had quit drinking soda. It was that I wanted to distract myself from all the dizzying array of stuff going on at the party. I just found it very all-consuming. By talking about my not drinking soda, it took all the attention away. I feel terribly that I caused such a disruption at his party. Now, in retrospect, at the time, it was obviously very challenging. June 17th of 2014, I had met another girl at a startup company that I was working at the time, and had a good time. June 13th, the 10-year anniversary of 2020, the 10-year anniversary of my first solo sexual date, I went to the Chaz protest, Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, and I was a little bit surprised at how well I took the loud environment. Like I said, loud, crowded environments are tricky for me, but this is 15 years after my friend's graduation party, and I felt okay about that. And I know there are a few others that I'm forgetting right now. I think there were some stargazing events that I had a great time at. Can't think of them right now. But the reason I call it the Million-Mile Anniversary is because Earth travels about 1 million miles in the solar system during this week and a half or so. And so you can think of this as the lucky arc of the solar system, where all the lucky events in my life have happened, although the solar system also moves, so it's not really accurate.